Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily.
Hello, welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky, the Dragonchain Updates show. This is episode Dickety. It is 0xd0, the 209th episode. Reminder, nothing on this show is financial advice, and stay tuned after the updates for our weekly AMA. This week for Dragonchain Updates, the Super Happy Dragon Lucky distribution for last week of governance lot is 364 lot created, 2 questions, each for 60 lot, 1 featured post for 60 lot, host received 60, and Dragonchain received 122 lot. Okay, so then we move to Den.Social updates. The August 2023 LCP proposal phase is open, runs for 1 week. Make sure that your layer proposal is not a duplicate. All proposals should be entered by next Monday, August 7, and the commitment phase will start next Tuesday, August 8 at 1000 Eastern, 1400 UTC. Make sure you get in there if you have any ideas that should be created. And we should probably also talk about maybe on the next DAO call whether we need to change the number created. It is the first of each category that will be created, which could be the same layer. Also, Coffee with Den. So Dave is in the process of relocating physically. So the show is on hiatus until September. So watch for an announcement for episode 82 at a new time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next, DAO updates. There will be no call today. It's summertime. And we think that when we talked to everybody, it seemed like we had enough last week that we can still think on. So we'll be back next Thursday at 1500 Eastern, 1900 UTC. Watch for that post, and if you have any ideas for anything necessary in an agenda, feel free to throw it in right now, and it can get added as well since we have an open week. Next, we go to World Blockchain Roundtable updates. So in case you missed it, last week's episode was possibilities of crypto and social media in the metaverse. Go watch and share that. It was actually a really interesting show, really good stuff. The more views that it does get the first week, the more lot all the participants will get. And episode 115 airs today at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC. In a little less than an hour. The topic is top 3 legacy systems to decentralize using blockchain. So should be a very interesting topic as well, because there's always things that could be done that aren't being done with blockchain right now. So get in there and leave a blockchain related question or subject to discuss, or vote on the questions that are in there to make sure that you get the one answered you want to hear. And that's all the updates. So now we go straight to the AMA. So we do a quick refresh, and let's see here. I think I have it up to, so that, no, I don't. I thought I did. Okay, so first question from I am for I am. We don't have a leaderboard yet, a layer leaderboard, I think he means, but is there a simple and cheap workaround with an idea? I'm not sure we can do a daily or weekly data dump to a public repository where individuals could possibly do queries, various other inquiries, throw it into a spreadsheet, even whatever, for various matrix leaderboards. Examples of queries someone might be able to run and publish are top 10 matter awards by ID, or top 10 taggers, or top 10 evaluators, etc. The data would be available for anyone in the community to run, or maybe someone in the community to run their queries in lieu of an official leaderboard currently on hold. It would add to DEN's transparency. Note, this would only be a temporary solution until dev resources are more open and available. To be pseudo-anonymous, we could dump the ETH address associated with an ID rather than user's ID. There are a bunch of other things too. You could post a consistent, newly generated UUID, so that if we needed to associate it, we could. If someone found issues or who knows what. And the other thing is, we could vote with DenDAO to say, hey, let's from this point on, just it'll be with the ID. I mean, theoretically, that ID is already posting. The votes maybe not, but the only reason the votes aren't public, and that's one of the big things that needs to be out there, in my opinion, is because we don't want to upset the markets. That is to know that somebody voted on something in a particular way, for example. We don't want to change the prediction market. So, if I had my way, I would say it would be after no sooner than the awards in place, and potentially not including voting information on anything still active for the initial, first day, because some of them might overlap the boundary of the mining period. But to put it out there, and I'd have to talk to the devs about it, but I know manually we can do it, and I guess I know we can do it automatically too with CSV, and that would be not the most perfect approach, but it would be something that then at least the data could be there. People can do really simple queries in a spreadsheet, whichever spreadsheet they'd want, and that might be interesting. And then they could post them back into Den even. That wouldn't be bad. So maybe something like that's possible. I'd be open to it. I'd have to talk to the devs about a couple of details, and we would have to decide about that, the anonymity question. So anyway, yeah, we should talk about that. So we don't have the call today, but I'd be open also if we needed to have an earlier call next week or something. But again, Dave is moving, so it would probably be you and I, and maybe a couple other people. So maybe Greg would be on or something. So okay, y'all weird agrees. Okay, Dragon Knight, are there any updates you can provide on both enterprise token adoption and separately the potential to tokenize time? So we do have one customer that is absolutely using the enterprise token adoption. They're generating tokens for their system, which is operational and is in the beginnings of rolling out. And they have they've also developed some very interesting tech on top of it that is their own tech, but it relies on Dragonchain to scale. And it is not NFT based. It is I guess fungible token based, fungible token creation, and they are definitely an enterprise level. And there's a lot of really cool stuff, and we're working very closely with them on that. There's another group that has used some of the other tech on the inside and is in active development doing much of this. So, and otherwise, I don't know anybody else. But those two I'm heavily working with. And then there's another project that I am working on that is, with Dragonchain, but with other external parties that we're definitely doing some things on the NFT side that I guess you would say it's enterprise scale. So there's some, really neat stuff there. Separately, the potential to tokenize time, I will answer it, even though it's only one question, but we have plans for it. We have not decided to do those things yet because of all the stuff going on in the US with the SEC. So I don't know if that'll ever happen, but potentially there are some nice uses for it. There are some interesting things, but there are also some considerations you have to be careful about, because you can't, for instance, destroy the value of the scarcity of that time. And once you tokenize it, and I just go buy some more time, all of a sudden I don't have to spend the time to make the time, right? So there are some heavy considerations for it too. So we don't want to tread lightly into that anyway. But we definitely have some plans that could help with it, mostly for people out there with time that they aren't using as much to make it possible for, let's say, a business to more quickly put in place what they need for to lower their fees, to make something scalable, right? If they came in and they have something built and they need to put a lot of transactions on chain immediately, what do? Right? They have to go to someone with time and find a way to use that time. That's what happens right now, and it's not as smooth as it could be. So I agree. All right. So next, Dayrox. Last question: is there any possibility on Den to make the contact or direct messaging with people whose invitation to direct message was rejected? I had a couple of DMs I did not notice in time; they were expired. So now I would like to contact these people, but I can't. I tried to send them a DM invitation for myself, but that didn't work either. So a couple of things. We don't know precisely what happened, but the first thing before we get to this is that if it expires and then you tried to message them again, they might not see it, and maybe it expires on the other side. We can't do anything about that. That's fine. This might be what caused what you saw. I don't know, without knowing who it was or anything else, but there is the ability inside of your own settings on Den. So you go to the settings tab, and it's under I think it's direct messaging or something, direct messaging settings. There you go. So you can turn off the ability to direct message with users that you are not following. So if you aren't following someone, they can't message you, right? And that's very similar to what Twitter does, that you can turn it off. You can open it up to everybody, or you can say only people who follow me can direct message me, stuff like that. And then also you can allow or not allow lore or matter tips, and then put minimum tips in. So you could say you can only talk to me if you put 5 matter up, or if you put 1,000 lore up, then you can talk to me. And by the way, if that happens and someone says, okay, and you might put 0 for minimum, and they might say, I'll give you 25 lore, please answer this message. If you answer it, then you get the lore. And if you don't, and it expires, and you can reject it, then you don't get the lore, right? So who knows? If somebody directly rejects it too, that's the other side of it, and they might just they might have one of these settings set, or they might have ignored it. So and we did have some issues last week too. So if it was during that period, let us know, because with those issues, it's entirely possible that something else could have been broken inside of here as well. So let us know. And that is all of the AMA. So, and there's no featured content this week. So in closing, go get Dragonchain and Den merch at Dragonchain.Store. If you can, please contribute to Dragonchain's legal fund at legalfund.dragonchain.com. Make sure you watch us again on Super Happy Dragon Lucky next week at 1000 Eastern or 1400 UTC. Make sure you watch World Blockchain Roundtable today in about 45 minutes at 1100 Eastern, 1500 UTC, and follow Dragonchain Real Denizens Jojo Row on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Den.Social. Make sure you also like, comment, subscribe, and share this show. Thank you. Bye.
Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at dragonchain.com. America's blockchain.